Hello everybody, Chad here, Griffin Pipes. Today, be smoking the new Carolina Red Flake. Usually this stuff's a lot better with age, but I put it in, I've got a oven that's got a pilot light. It stays about 125 degrees in there all the time. It's been in there for about 24 hours. It's made it swell just a little, and I'm gonna see what it's done to it, see if it maybe did a little artificial aging on it. A lot of times I'll throw them on the dash of the truck and let the sun, and it kind of darkens them up. Let's open this up and see what we got here. Let's see what. It may have darkened it a little. Well, it smells good. Smells dark, fruity, kind of like a plum, something like it. They're not a plum, but maybe a prune or a raisin. I'm gonna load some of this up in my pipe, and we'll be right back and see how it tastes. All right, guys, I'm back. Today I'm smoking it in my 2022, I think it is, Halloween pipe. As good as I remember. This is one of my favorite blends that Cornell and Diehl puts out. And I smoke it in this Peterson that I converted over to a filtered pipe. I always have to smoke my Virginias in a filter or with a filter. Well, today's video is going to be dedicated to my Uncle Cotton. He passed away this week, and we had his funeral and everything. Tell you a little couple stories about him. He always loved to coon hunt. And he's my dad's sister's husband. Was. Farmed, hunted, loved to coon hunt. He always, when we was kids, hunted in old International Scouts. Those old things that go just about anywhere. He always drove Fords most of the time. John Deere tractors. One of his favorite tractors was a 4020 with a turbo. It was an add-on kit to it. One year he chopped silage for my dad with it. What old thing hit a that turbo on it, it would hum. But I think he's 76. But one of the stories I've got, coon hunting, of course. We used to coon hunt with kids, and my dad, and I'd come over on weekends, stay with my dad, would coon hunt some with Cotton and his boys. We was out one night down in what they call Cargie Holler. Me, my cousin Philip, I think maybe Brian, there's a couple more young boys with another man that was with us. We was all out hunting. Us kids over playing at the side a little bit there. And it's funny, went to school in Kentucky, just right across the line. And my dad lived in Tennessee. There's a boy I knew through one of my friends lived down the road from him, a couple years older, 2 or 3 years older. He is dating some girl from Birdstown over here in Tennessee. And he had got her pregnant and whatnot. And he was still all in high school. And I was probably 9th grade, something like that, maybe 8th grade, I don't remember. But those little boys asked me, said, "Hey, do you know so-and-so?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Go to school with him. He's one of my friend's neighbors." I said, "He's got some girl over here pregnant, his girlfriend." And they said, "He does?" I said, "Yeah, that's what he said." And the boys stopped for a minute and said, "Hey, Dad, did you hear this? Billy's got sis pregnant." I'm like, uh-oh. So I accidentally told something I shouldn't have, I guess. But wasn't nothing ever told me not to say nothing about it. I don't know however it went down, but him and that girl ended up having a baby together and everything. But he was a pretty wild character, that boy was. We finished up hunting that night and nothing else was said, but I'd say later on that night when he got home, it was bad for somebody. But, and I wouldn't have said nothing if I'd known it, but I didn't know it, and nobody told me not to say anything. Me and another story, Uncle Cotton, me and he, I think it was just me and him that night. I got a little older and we was out hunting, and I'd got me a walker dog. And we'd hunted quite a bit that night. And if you didn't know Uncle Cotton, he was a pretty good-sized fella. Well, we went hunting where the hills is hollers just straight up and down. It's just pretty much impossible to go up and down. I don't even know why we went there. But he said we turned our dogs loose and they struck and headed out to there. And we was hunting down on the lake. They treed about 3 ridges over. I said, "How are we going to get to them?" He said, "We're not." I said, "What are we going to do?" He said, "We're going to leave the dogs here tonight." And he said, "We'll throw some coats out here on the ground." He said, "Them dogs will be laying here in the morning when we come back." I said, I don't want to leave my dog. I just got my dog. I was tickled to death to have him. pretty good dog. I'd hunted club hunts with him where we had competitions, and I'd won with him a time or two, but boy, sure did hate leaving my dog out that night. There wasn't much else I could do, so we laid our coats out. And sure enough, we went back, made Dad get up daylight pretty much the next morning and go get my dog. And we got down there, and sure enough, they was lying there on them coats. We loaded him up, come back to the house, and Cotton went and got his dogs a while later. But he was a character. Loved farming, loved his grandkids. Oh man, kids and grandkids. All of his boys has worked for me. And good workers. And yeah, he had it rough the last few years. And boy, he hung on at the end. It's just unbelievable. He's a tough old codger. Well, that's about all I've got for today. I guess that's enough. And remember, I didn't put out no rules for my gall. Please like and subscribe to my channel. You must be subscribed to enter. And I'll check, make sure all the entries are subscribed. And if not, I'll take that entry off. But please like so everybody can see and everything on that. And make sure it's a go one. I've got like 51 entries already. Like 1,200 views on that video, something like that already. And let's see, I've got only like 94 likes. So yeah, just bump them likes on up there on that. And please, if you do a VR, tag me in it and message on that video that you put out a VR so I'll know, because sometimes with YouTube it slips by. But I think that's about all I've got. But yeah, it's been a rough week, just another funeral, man. We've had a lot of funerals this year, but remember, we're all brothers of leaf. Try to bless somebody. I've been truly blessed myself. Catch you later.